Hi guys, how you doing? All right, I've just been thinking while I've been on the train today regarding the vaccine donation to the Philippines from China. You know, China donated the Sinovac vaccines. I believe 500,000 vaccines have been donated to the Philippines. And then you have the anti-Duterte, or the critics of President Duterte. And they were talking about corruption, they were talking about Sinovac backhanders, if you like, or illicit deals with China for the Sinovac vaccine. You know, the situation is that the Chinese have donated vaccines to the Philippines. How can that in any way be corrupt? How can there be any underhand dealings for the Sinovac vaccine when in fact the Philippines didn't even pay for the vaccine? You do the maths. Lenny, who's supposed to be very good at maths, you know, try and work it out. How much money did the Philippines pay for these 500 million Sinovac vaccines? Whatever way you look at it, whatever way you try and calculate it, considering it was a donation, this means the Philippine government paid nothing whatsoever for those vaccines. They were completely free. And for those people who are bashing the Chinese, for those people who are bashing the Chinese government, you know, I say this. How many Western countries donated vaccines to the Philippines? Did America donate vaccines yet to the Philippines? Did the UK donate vaccines yet to the Philippines? No. Yes, undoubtedly there will be some donations of vaccines. I appreciate that. But the fact is, the Philippines got there, China got there first. You know, China is the first country in the world to donate vaccines to the Philippines, and this will undoubtedly help the Philippine people. Whatever people think about the Sinovac vaccine and its merits, the fact is it's been used by many countries around the world. Many presidents, foreign presidents, have been vaccinated with Sinovac. You know, even countries in the Middle East have already received the Sinovac vaccine. I believe many Middle Eastern nations have been using the Sinovac, so there must be something right with it. You know, the fact is it does offer efficacy. Maybe it's not as much proven as some of the other vaccines, but the fact is it still works, it's still effective, it will still lower the chances of getting COVID-19, but not only that, it will reduce the fact of people needing serious hospitalization, i.e. it will reduce the chance of death. You know, nobody has the perfect solution. Nobody has the perfect vaccine. You know, a lot of these tests are, you know, they can't be entirely accurate, you know, or when they've tested the other vaccines, they are based on a case study. I'm sure if it's good enough for China, it's good enough for the world. I'm sure if the Chinese people have been vaccinated themselves by this Sinovac, you know, if they're going to vaccinate their own people with it, well, then of course then they're giving it to the world. And, you know, it's not something the Philippines has got to pay for. For those people who are talking about corruption in the Philippines and underhand dealings and backdoor dealings of this particular vaccination or the cost of this vaccination, it was given free. How can there be any backhanded dealings? How can there be any corruption or secret deals when it was actually given free by the Chinese? So take that to the critics of President Duterte, take that to the critics of President Duterte who say that the Philippines is somehow in cahoots with the Chinese and they're giving billions of pounds to the Chinese. They didn't pay anything for the vaccine. You know, this is an issue that really needs to be addressed, and I hope that the Philippines now will receive these vaccines and that they will save the lives of many, many Filipinos. Thank you, China.